Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Boomy, and today we are watching Silent Hill 2 Expleened by internet historian Storymode. Yeah, nobody really suggested this, but we're gonna be continuing this from the last Silent Hill Explained video that we watched. So yeah, we're just gonna go through all the Silent Hills. This is the perfect game for it, considering how we're almost coming up on Halloween. So, I actually I don't know how this will line up properly, especially with all the requests that I've been getting. But I guess we'll see. So yeah, just like the first Silent Hill, I really don't know anything about this franchise. If you're new here, you probably don't know that I avoid anything horror as much as possible. So yeah, when it comes to the horror genre, be it games, shows, or movies, I don't really know that much about. So I'm just gonna trust what internet historian says here and take it to heart, because I'm not playing the game by any chance. But yeah, remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like, let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next, anime or YouTube reaction. Leave them down in the comments. Again, I am still opening my suggestions to spooky videos. Leave them down below. Yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
One take, I'm a busy man. We're back in the Silent Hill. James
Oh
Sunderland has
no.
arrived in town and he's received a letter from his
One
wife,
take.
Mary. That's nice.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
Yeah, this
But there's
seems like a
twist.
new
She's
guy.
been dead for 3 years. We know that this letter is from her because it has her handwriting. Can't fake that. Mary claims that she is waiting for James in their special place. Her vagina. James thinks that's very odd.
Did he really say her vagina? Let me listen to that again.
Claims that she is waiting for James in their special place. Her vagina. James thinks that's very
Yep,
odd.
he did.
What's going on here? He heads down to Silent Hill in pursuit, but then he realizes that the main road is blocked, so James decides to go on foot. Bad idea. He first arrives at the Silent Hill Cemetery. Here, James meets Angela. James asks her for directions. However,
Dude, if it's that foggy and the first thing I come across is a cemetery, then I meet a woman, I'm getting out of that place. I'm sorry, wife, but nah, you're already gone for 3 years. By then, I'd probably just move on.
Angela warns him that there is something wrong with the town and that you must stay away. Never mind that, he says he's going anyway. Now, by the way, it turns out that Angela is also looking for someone. Her mum, and also her dad, and also her brother. Wait, she's the one who's lost. Her family has lost her.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you end up looking for everyone, you're probably the one that's lost.
James wishes her luck on the search and makes his way towards Silent Hill. When he finally reaches town, he discovers that it's not so nice, and there are
Ugh.
monsters and such. Still determined to explore the town, he decides to find Rosewater Park, believing that to be the special place. Her vagina. However, in classic
God damn it. Is this gonna continue? The special place joke?
Silent Hill fashion, the road's fucking blocked. Of course it is. So he has to go around to get to Rosewater Park, and that means going through an apartment complex. No city is designed this way. Okay. He tries to find his way through the building, but he
Man, pushing actual logic onto games is not gonna be a good time.
encounters a little girl who purposely steps on his hand. Ow. She's a little shit. No time to worry about that, James. Look behind you.
What the fuck was going on there?
You little shit. No time to worry about that, James.
What the hell?
Look behind you. You are now face to face with a pyramid head.
Oh,
The strongest of all
this
the
one.
polygon-shaped heads.
It's the pyramid head. Now I know of this guy. This guy is rather famous.
James successfully defeats Pyramid Head and continues searching for a way out of the complex. But instead of finding the road, he finds a man called Eddie who's drinking from the toilet. And then he leaves. In a different
It's
apartment,
so
James
dumb.
bumps into Angela again. She's lying in front of a mirror with a knife, contemplating killing herself. James convinces Angela to hand over the knife for her own safety, but in doing so, Angela becomes skittish when James approaches, and she runs away. James leaves the apartment and runs into his old nemesis, the little girl. James is about to give her a stern talking to, but then the little girl says, actually, James, if that is your real name, I know all about Mary, and I know that you never even loved her. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what a shocking turn of
That
events. And
that
then the little girl makes a
that girl was obviously a ghost.
run for it. He's come all the way to fucking Silent Hill, and he never remarried, and it's 3 years later, and he's putting his life in danger on a hunch. Look at all the monsters around him. He's willing to give himself like a 95% likelihood of dying in order to possibly see his wife again, who died 3 years ago.
Yeah, at that point, nah, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna move on.
It's actually quite devoted. I don't think I'd do that. James arrives at Rosewater Park, and oh my, it's Mary. Except her hair is different. And also, her clothes are different. And also, she's acting different. And also, her name is different. It's Maria and not Mary at all. James is at a dead end.
That's so
What do I
stupid.
do? This was supposed to be the special place. Turns out that
Yep.
it ain't. Then suddenly he has an idea. The Lakeview Hotel, of course. The place where we used to do it. Along with Maria, James heads off to the Lakeview Hotel. The pair pass through Pete's Boulderama where they meet up with Eddie again and the little girl again. This is where things turn around, and I think the little girl's actually great. Look at this.
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh, you're just a gutless fat.
Anyway, as soon as the little girl sees
Man,
James, she books it.
this little girl is savage. She does not care at all.
Bye-bye.
Eddie explains that the girl's name is Laura. And then they head outside, and Maria insists that we gotta find Laura. We gotta make sure she's safe. Really? James and
Nah.
Maria see Laura head into the brew.
I'm sorry. It sounds kind of cruel, but this spooky town with all those monsters, I'm sorry, little girl. You're on your own.
Haven Hospital. While looking for her in the hospital, Maria falls ill and decides to rest in the hospital. James continues looking and soon finds Laura. James goes right in and he says, "Oh, you little shit. My wife's been dead for years. How do you know all this stuff?" So Laura tries to kill him again by locking him in a room with monsters. What the fuck? After James defeats the monsters, the hospital suddenly changes into
What the fuck were those?
the dark version. The upside down place from Stranger Things. The nether from Minecraft. The dark place from Silent Hill. James goes back to
The
see
dark
Maria,
place.
only to find that she's missing. Oh, for God's sake, Scooby-Doo and the gang, you gotta stop splitting up. Just walk together in a big group, nothing bad ever happens. He later finds her in the basement, and she's
So true.
dead. She claims that James...
That is so true. I don't get why in like spooky movies groups always decide to split as if they can do anything on their own. Oh, man.
abandoned her and doesn't care whether she lives or dies. You don't even care. After this tiff, they continue to look for Laura, despite the fact it's like 3 times she tried to murder James. Never
Mhm.
mind that. Oh my god,
It's
Pyramid
Pyramid
Head is
Head.
back. Oh no, they're gonna look at him at just the right angle and try to use him to measure how long the seasons will be. It's an Egyptian reference. Alright, they try to escape through an elevator, but the elevator doors jam. Oh no! And Maria is killed. No! Oh, Maria's death makes James sad. He decides that he needs to focus on fighting Mary. Though.
Why?
Everyone else is kind of getting in the way, to be honest. In order to get to the Lakeview Hotel, James needs to get a rowboat from the marina. And it turns out the only way to get to the marina is by going through the Silent Hill Historical Society. Alright, so it turns out that the Historical
Damn it.
Society is built atop a Toluca prison. James throws all caution to the wind, as he does for the entire game, pretty much, and jumps
Yep.
down a big black hole. No discernible bottom. He dies. Silent Hill 3, next week. No, he ends up in a series of labyrinths.
Oh,
within
God
the
damn
prison.
it.
Within the labyrinth, James miraculously finds Maria alive and locked in a cell. However, Maria talks strangely of memories shared between only James and Mary. How could she have known? Then she talks of a videotape that he and Mary made during their last visit to Silent Hill. Oh no. James attempts to free Maria from the cell, but
Sucks
once
there.
on the other side of the bars, he finds... Oh shit, that's actually a good twist. Maria's corpse on the bed. She was dead.
She was already
Let me
dead?
submit that creepypasta to No Sleep on Reddit. Exploring the labyrinth more, James finds a newspaper clipping. Angela had murdered her alcoholic father and brother, both of whom had... I'm not saying that. They got the Harvey Weinstein treatment. The mother did nothing
What?
to help or
Sorry,
actively abetted the thing.
I don't get
James
that
then
reference.
finds Angela in a different cell. I must help to save you from this monstrous, grotesque representation of
Ugh.
your father's badness. Afterwards,
What the
Angela
fuck?
expresses her distrust in men in general, including James. Fair cop. Before fleeing, Angela calls James a liar who didn't want Mary around anymore. Yes, that makes perfect sense. That's why he's risking life and limb. Towards the end of the labyrinth is a reunion with another old friend, Eddie. Except he has gone absolutely bananas, and now he is holding a gun. There's another dead body in the vicinity of Eddie. Eddie tells James that one time he shot a dog that was belonging to one of his high school bullies, and then he shot
Aw.
that bully in his other favorite pet, his leg. Eddie claims that he's willing to kill another leg if someone laughs at him. So, James says to Eddie,
Eddie, have you gone nuts?
"Get up, dude." Eddie attacks
Man, the writing is just... Oh, man.
James, and James kills Eddie in self-defense. And then James is sad again. James takes another look at the letter from Mary, only to find a plot twist. It's blank. Did the letter not exist? What's going on?
James is just
So,
crazy.
James finally makes it to the marina and rows his way out to the Lakeview Hotel. James finds Laura in the hotel's restaurant. Laura gives James an actual letter by Mary. Ah, of course, he must have swapped them. The letter is from Mary to Laura. Third plot twist, bet you didn't see that coming. Indicating that they met in a hospital last year, and Mary plans to adopt Laura. This confirms that Laura did in fact know Mary. Dun dun dun. James heads to room 312, the room where he and Mary had stayed in their previous trip. Here he watches
So dumb.
the video. Oh god, okay, close the door. He watches the video back. Fourth plot twist. It shows that James killed Mary with his own bare hands. He could not
What?
bear to see her suffer an illness any longer. James sits in shock for a moment. Then Laura waltzes in and asks if they can leave Silent Hill already. James chooses to tell Mary the
So Laura is not a ghost? She's a real child running around this creepy town full of monsters and killers. Okay.
truth. I killed me wife. And the 8-year-old goes, I hate you, as you would. And she storms off. And then the radio starts to sound. It's Mary, and she's asking James, come find me. James explores the rest of the hotel. As he walks down the long hallway, we hear a fight between James and Mary. He finds Angela on the staircase. The staircase is on fire, and either side of Angela are 2 corpses, stitched into a frame. It's her father and her brother. Angela asks James for her
Ugh.
knife back. James says no, and also that it's hot as hell. To which Angela replies, for me, it's always like this. And then Angela walks up the burning staircase and disappears amongst flames. Down in the lobby, James finds Maria. She's
Maria
alive
is
again,
still
another
alive?
twist. Oh wait, she's dead again. Another twist. Then James fights 2 pyramid heads. And then in the middle of the fight, he realizes that
Kagebunshin.
the monsters have been created to punish James for his signs. Once he realizes this, the pyramid heads just stop. Job done. And you may not have the delicious mummy inside. On the roof of the hotel, James finally sees Mary. Oh my god. But then, another plot twist. She turns into a monster. that
Another
James
pyramid
must
head?
fight. And then, that's the end. But, there are one of 5 possible endings.
What?
Right, ending 1. Upon the monster's defeat, James is granted a final meeting with the real Mary. Mary gives James a real letter, and he reads it. Then he leaves Silent Hill with Laura. Ending 2. Mary turns into a monster, and once defeated, James gets to meet with the real Mary, who tells him that he has suffered enough for her murder, and gives him a letter. Mary then has a coughing fit and dies as James holds her hand. Very sad. James decides that he is unable to live without Mary and realizes that he came to Silent Hill in the first place to commit self-dying.
Self-die.
James then drives himself to the lake with Mary's corpse. James then drowns himself. Oh, number 3. The rooftop monster refuses to forgive James for Mary's murder.
I'm gonna have to say no right now.
Once James defeats the monster, he gets back to Rosewater Park. Maria is there, and she is inexplicably alive.
Alive
James then leaves
again.
town with Mary, deciding to start a life together. But as they leave, Maria suffers a coughing fit, implying that she has
the same disease.
illness that
Yeah.
Mary had. Number 4. If the
Now, maybe what if James is the carrier, just asymptomatic? if Maria is also getting the same illness.
player goes off course during the second gameplay, James can discover a rebirthing ritual at the center of the lake. James kills Maria, and it ends with a shot of James on a rowboat with a corpse. That's kind of stupid ending when he just floats around. Alright. And number 5, the true ending. James finds a dog bone-shaped key and is able to enter a locked room. In the control room, there's a
What?
dog. The dog that Eddie
Is this
admitted
real?
to shooting because of the bully. James finds that the dog was the puppet master of the whole thing.
Was the last one real? Oh, that's so dumb. Oh yeah. Keep it a secret because I think in one of his videos, internet historian said that there are, I think, 5 or 4 other channels that he's hiding away, just shit posting basically. So yeah, that was Silent Hill 2. Goddamn, so many plot twists. Oh man. If not for the spooky elements, I probably still wouldn't play this because of how badly written the story is, at least from the perspective that internet historian is showing us. But I guess I'll never know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions and what I should check out next. Leave them down in the comments. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!